I've been asked to do a complete fish room tour, so here it is. But be warned, it's a long one. It's like almost an hour, so grab some popcorn, perhaps a cold, delicious beverage of your choice, and enjoy. Disaster. Not disaster like water on the floor or lots of dead fish or really any dead fish, but just the fish room's a disaster. So, this is going to be my first around the world tour of the fish room, including cleaning it up. I am supposed to pick up a couple of full-size angels, full-size, adult-size angels from a friend who's downsizing. I have to try to figure out where to put them. What I think I'm going to do is, we'll start there, okay? I think I'm going to take Solo and Skunk and the leftover angel in this tank. Look how fantastic that fish is. Look at that. That's beautiful. Anyway, I think I'm going to take those two and put them down here in this tank. Or I'm going to take the juveniles in here and put them in, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the juveniles in here, put them in that tank. I'm going to take the adult in here, put him back with his woman and see if he can be nice to her. That's what I'm going to do. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that right now, so hold on. Alright, fishy folks, I've decided to use Rich from Rich's Fishes acclimation method. At least one of the methods he uses. Because these guys are a little small, I put them in the my drip and pour. There will be a link in the description below if you're interested in purchasing said item from my Amazon associate store. You've seen me use it to bag fish, to move fish. It's a pretty handy thing to have in the fish room. But essentially I took the water from the tank they came in and I put them in the drip and pour, and now they're hanging in the tank getting temperature acclimated. I can't imagine the water chemistry is that much different between those two tanks, so I will just plop and drop, but I wanted to get them a little more temperature acclimated because the water in the tank down there felt a little chilly. So what else? We've got fry in this tank that I've been neglecting. I'm surprised they're still alive, quite frankly. Lots of snails, of course. More fry in this tank that I haven't been neglecting as much because they're bigger. Of course, we've got these grow outs here. Let's start. Where should we start? Let's start on the small rack. I'm just gonna get my creeper stool. You've seen this before. This thing is probably 20 years old, at least. I used it when I was a technician, auto technician, in another life. But here we go. So let's start in this tank. Around the world, wow. Let's start in this tank. Around the world fish room tour. These are red wag platy grow outs, and there is one guppy in there. Just letting him grow up in there. Not really a big deal. This rack has two flaws. One, there really isn't enough room between here. Two, I couldn't glue these, or else I wouldn't ever be able to take them off without cutting. So these are just press fit. And it drips. You can see there's a drip here. So I have this bucket here because I don't really care. Every week I dump the bucket. It gets to be about quarter full. It's really not that big a deal for me. It's in my fish room. However, and I also use it occasionally to clean out sponges. I just drop the sponge in there, squish it out, and you know. And this morning when I was looking around the fish room, I noticed movement in the tank. In the tank? I noticed movement in the bucket, and I was like, what the? There's a fry in there. You could see him swimming. Now he's like right there somewhere swimming. I don't know what fry he is. I have no idea, actually. So I don't even know where to put him. But I do have to get him in a tank. So, yeah, I have no idea. The other problem with this rack is there's water on the floor, and there has been for a couple days now, and I have no idea where it's from. And to be quite honest, I haven't had a chance to look. And you can see it's like here, so have to get my investigative hat on and figure out what's going on. And he's already being a jackass to her. Look at that, stirring the pot. I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll give it a day or two. So, put on the list of things to do, find the leak. I kind of feel like water is dripping on me, but I think it's just splashing out from one of the filters. Anyway, so red wag platy grow out. These are almost at sellable size. When we talk breeding for profit, these guys seem to take a long time to grow out to sellable size, and they don't breed as prolifically as guppies, so it's not something I would concentrate on. It's a good supplement and a good bonus, but I wouldn't concentrate on platies. That's just my feeling. In your area, platies might sell for a lot more money or be more desirable. So, all right, black panda guppies. As you may or may not know, I pretty much have sold out of these at sellable size. I do have a ginormous female that I'm keeping, and a few juvenile males that are still trying to develop right there. There's another one in there too. But the rest are just fry. So we got to let these grow out for a while before we can put them for sale again. So if you wanted these, you have missed the boat. They were actually my hottest seller. But you can see there's quite a few fry in there. Look up top. And there we go. Bluegrass guppies. Look, what's that? I think that's a... I don't know what the hell that is. That's interesting. I mean, it's a guppy, but it looks like a cross between a guppy and an endler. And it doesn't look like it was anything to do with this tank, so that's kind of strange. Anyway, this is the bluegrass tank, and the story of this tank is these also came from Aquarium Co-op, like the black panda guppies. But the story of this tank, if you don't remember, is I got a pair, the female dropped fry and then died, and so then I had a long wait of grow out, and we had a couple of nice fish, and I sold them at auction. I might have even sold a pair. I think I sold a pair too via the mail. And then I noticed, actually before that I noticed there were quite a few females. Then I noticed they're all females, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So it looks like I don't know if the water was too cool and that created mostly or all females. I don't know, but I did drop a heater in there about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we'll see if we can get some more males by raising the temperature. I don't believe that theory has ever been proven, but a couple people suggested it. I don't know what that guppy is, but that's a stunning looking guppy. Look at it. I gotta net him out of there and do something. He could actually ruin the whole line, but at this point, with all these females, I don't know what I got going on here. So I am definitely getting splashed or dripped on, and I don't know from what, and it's really bugging me. Alright, moving on. Red Moscow guppies. There was a trio in here. I do not see the second female, but it took them more than a week to actually come out of hiding, so they really were always hiding in the back. So I don't know where that other female is. I don't know if she disappeared. There is something stuck here in this little plant, but I'm not sure what that is. I kind of looked that up before. I got to get it out of there at any rate, but that's a pretty nice looking male guppy. It was labeled as red, what did I say, red Moscow? But I'm not so sure. Whatever it is, it's a good looking guppy. All right. Half black mosaics. That female looks a little like her back's a little jacked up. That I'm just noticing. Is it that female? Yeah, that female. Anywho, these guys dropped some fry right after I first got them. Maybe one or two that survived or that I saw. But now there's a whole gaggle of fry back there. I counted about, I don't know, 15 or 20 that I saw. So that's pretty good. These guys, when I bought them, I was disappointed because of what I thought they were and then what they were in the bag. But now on their light, after they're all acclimated and comfortable, pretty nice looking guppy. Especially that red dorsal on the males. Nice. I like it. So I'm pretty happy. It's a local breeder. His name is Joe. Great guy. Very knowledgeable in the hobby. So pretty happy actually with them now. They look good under light. And they're breeding nice. So that's good. Red brick swords. The story about these guys, if you don't remember, is the tank above here are red wag swords. There's two blood red females and one red wag male that I got, and they started popping fry almost immediately. They were surrenders from my local fish store, which is why I grabbed them, because they were like $1 each. And I've already made money back on them, quite a bit of money back on them, so that's pretty good. But they started popping out these light color fry, and so I started separating them, hoping to start another line. I don't believe there have been any fry in this tank. At one point I thought I had all females because I didn't see any swords developing, but upon further review there are definitely males in here. I've already sold a pair out of here actually, which was a mistake, especially because they really didn't go for a whole lot of money. But I was asked at the Guppy Club auction to bring more than just guppies, and I did, and long story short, whatever. Alright, moving on to the blood red wag sword tank. These guys pop fry every like 15 minutes, it seems like. I did have a grow out tank for these, for some of the juveniles and babies. That was this tank. But I have since put them back here because I needed the tank space for those red Moscows. So, to tell you the truth, I didn't do anything different. It gets its daily water change. It has that big sponge filter. And I've noticed no loss of life or any loss of breeding. So, think of that as you will, but tank's pretty good. I like these 20 longs for swordtails, for breeding swordtails. It's just what I like. The only problem is they take up a lot of space. I could probably fit 3 more 10s up here as opposed to 120, or probably I might even be able to fit 3 20 highs, definitely 2 20 highs, but we're gonna keep it like this for now. When I do, there's a mama back there who's probably getting ready to give birth. When I do a reno on the fish room, this rack's gonna come out. I don't know what I'm gonna do, probably the same racks that I have behind me. Alright, let's move to some angels, shall we? So these guys were one of my first breeding pairs. I bought 4. Whoa, she's kicking his ass. Good. He deserves it. When I first saw the fish room over a year ago, I bought 4 juvenile marble angels. These 2 and a pair we'll see in a little while. And all 4 formed pairs. So I got 2 pairs, which was pretty damn good. That said, they've both spawned, and I've gotten fry from both. Once I get back from my Japan trip, I will start using Daniel Anderson's artificial rearing method in pickle jars, and hopefully get some more success with the fry. Anyway, these guys, as you saw before, I have to separate him because he was being a jerk before, and now it looks like she's being a jerk now, so we'll see if they can calm down and figure this out. Yeah. Alright, next tank. This tank has 3 koi angels and 1 male platinum. There are at least 2 female koi angels in this tank. I know this because I've seen them laying eggs, and when the second angel went to fertilize, based on the tube shape and size, I determined it was a female. So 2 females. Look, tube is down there. That's pretty interesting. See the tube hanging down? So I know that this, I don't know for 100% certainty, but based on the size and actions of this platinum, that's a male. So I figured I'd throw him in there, see if we can't get some sort of fry out of these 4. Nothing so far. There may have been 1 or 2 spawns, but because I'm leaving in a week, I really haven't paid much attention to the angels other than feeding them. Actually, I do need to clean this tank as well. Long story short, again, no babies from these guys. Alright. Blue zebra, blue rainbow marble, blue marble rainbow, blue something. Alright. Blue zebra and a blue marble rainbow. I bought these as a breeding pair from a local guy, and he said they breed every 7 to 10 days, and they were in a community tank, so the eggs just got eaten. And that's fine. So I took them. They've bred for me. We have some spawn. We have some babies from them already growing out. They are for sale. A lot of people have shown interest. If you're interested, please email me and let me know. Pay for them, and I will either grow them out or ship them to you at this size. This is another mixed tank. That is a silver male and a blue, I don't know, blue zebra. I think it's a female, but I don't know because I haven't seen any spawning. And this is sort of just a holding tank. If they purr off, great. If not, this male had a mate and she passed away. I don't know if it was from old age or what, but yeah, she passed away. We have, actually, my most successful spawn was from him and his woman. I think I got about 50 babies to survive. They look stunning. I'll show them. Actually, they're these guys. These don't look stunning because they're, you know, in this small container, all stressed out. But when they de-stress, they're quite delicious looking. So this is sort of a holding thing. If they spawn, if I see spawning activity, I should probably put a slate in here just in case. But really, I don't know what I'm doing with these guys. They might be for sale. I may move them to a show tank upstairs. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Alright, finishing off this rack, we have the half black AOCs. AOC stands for any other color, and that is the designation. That's for their tails, because there are polka dots in the tails, and I see what may be, oh, it's just a snail. I thought maybe there was fry. I looked for fry this morning. You can see them kind of in the back. I know it's hard. One of the females was kind of hiding, and I think she's getting ready to drop. So I don't want to mess with the tank anymore. It really needs a water change and a cleaning. You say to yourself, why does it need a water change? You have an auto water change system. Yes, but this was just sort of an emergency holding tank that turned out to be a semi-permanent tank for the last 2 weeks. So I have to drill a tank, which is my plan this weekend, to drill the tank for here and plumb it from here. It's pretty easy. And then I don't know what I'm putting in here. I don't think I'm going to put these 3 guppies in here. I think I'm going to move them to a 10 up top with the other guppy breeding setups. Alright. Let's move over to the blue-black swordtail tank. There's 5 fry in here. One of them has an orange head, which is pretty interesting. And the blue-black swords are kind of chilling in the back, it looks like. Where are they? It's cool. So if you look, right, it's real dark. Yeah, that's not going to help. It's real dark back there, but all of a sudden you can see their eyes have like a yellow ring around them. And when you see them, it's pretty cool as they come out from the back. But of course, they're not going to come out from the back. So I don't have anything to poke them with. Trust me, it's cool. Blue-black swordtails. Probably going to be a while before they're for sale because I only have a couple fry. So we're going to wait to get the colony going before we start selling them. These guys may go outside. I'm not sure yet. I have quite a few options right now. So, all right, high fin sunset platies. Bought them at a local fish club auction. Actually, at the regular meeting. Was told they were a pair. Didn't really check because the guy that brought them is a pretty reputable guy. And then I thought, well, they haven't had fry in about 6 weeks, so maybe they're not a pair. And I just kind of forgot about them. And then one day last week, boom, fry. Oh, when I got back from Canada, when they hadn't eaten for 3 days. That's not true. They haven't been fed for 3 days. I'm sure they ate stuff in the tank, but they're the fry. There's a lot of them. I don't know where the adults are. See, we can't spook one out. Come on, go back there now. Oh well. I don't know where the adults are. That's kind of strange. They must be hiding. You can also see I have a little tiny itty bitty heater in here. It's actually not even plugged in. Yeah. Not. Oh, maybe it is plugged in. It is plugged in. When I first got them, they were really lethargic, and I thought maybe the water was a little too cool for them. So I dropped that little heater in. It's supposed to make the water, I don't know, 78 degrees or something. You know, it doesn't have a thermostat on it. I got it free, or I got it in a deal, but I don't know if it works. But there's fry, so I'm just going to leave it. All right, that's, we're going to move on to the next rack shortly. Alright, fishy folks, I've been a little busy cleaning up the fish room. You can see the workbench area has gotten quite a bit cleaner. However, the real workbench area is messy. But, sort of making piles, that's how I clean. Got to figure out where I want to keep my food, where I want to keep my meds, because I want to keep them in the fish room. This is stuff I use fairly often, not the soldering iron because it's broken. But those two baskets I usually keep up here where one of these two tanks is, so I got to figure that out. I can put my packing supplies away for now. But one of the things I did find on the workbench were all these samples I got from different fish club auctions, excuse me, or in filters. Some of the small corner filters that I use for the small tanks, they're Aquarium Solution. These guys, Aquarium Solutions. They're a little fine, but they work well for the smaller tanks. At any rate, in those boxes is usually a sample of micro pellets. Micro pellets are a decent food. They're by no means a great food, but you know, they're local, they're easy to source, they're not bad. If I can see, let's see, 43% protein. Fish meal and krill meal are their first two ingredients. But then you got soybean meal, flaked corn, brewer's dried yeast. Anyway, so the first two ingredients aren't bad. Decent protein, semi-floating, great for guppies and other smaller live bearers that I keep. So, you know, I use the samples. And then I have these samples of the Sarah Viapin. You can see I left some in there. Yeah, I did that on purpose so you could see in the little window. Yeah, that's right. They're just little pellets also. Sarah food is good and bad in that, let's see if we can see what we got. Additives, vitamins and minerals, blah, 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 but no ingredients, right? I've heard mixed reviews of Sarah food. A lot of people love it, and then when you really look at the ingredients, they're really not that great, but it was free. I also got a ton of these flakes. I don't know why. And those koi pellets. I don't know why I got so many flakes. I have a ton of flake food And then I have all that awesome food from Fish Freaks Plus also. So, but here, let me show you what I did. I repurposed this old chipotle pepper bottle jar, and I added the Viapin and the micro pellets I had. I think I had 2 bags of Viapin, 5 or 6 bags of micro pellets, and then I shook it up. And this will be, you know, food for the tanks for, I don't know, a while. The only issue here is it's got quite a few holes. So let's see what happens. Let's do this live and direct on TV. So we'll do one shake. Well, that wasn't too bad. Look, that's not too bad. So you got to do the sound effects. That makes it better. How about you guys? There you go. That's not too bad. But anyway, that's repurposing a McCormick Chipotle chili pepper jar and all those free samples you get, putting them away so they stay fresh and delicious. Alright guys, I think that's about it for me down here. For now, I will be back doing the other rack of the Around the World Fish Room tour, and hopefully it'll be a little bit cleaner too. Alright fishy folks, let's continue with the Around the World Fish Room tour. This tank holds the ever elusive ghost fish. I believe Flynn knows all about this fish. Anyway, this tank was a grow out for angels, and now it's going to be a quarantine for maybe 6 adult angels that I will be picking up hopefully today. I was supposed to pick them up yesterday, and quite frankly, I completely forgot. So hopefully my buddy is available today and I can stop by and pick them up. So we'll see what those look like. We're going to go down left and then hit the second rack. Why? Because I can go on my rolly chair. Alright, we have our goldfish, whose tank needs some water, but his only purpose is to eat duckweed. And also because, you know, goldfish are cool. And, you know, plant grow out in this tank. But no, I think I never really was into goldfish, and then I got one basically to eat duckweed out of that tank. And then I decided to just keep him in this tank so we could have babies in the other tank. And speaking of babies, you get a nice side view. You can see quite a few different batches and sizes of the juveniles. This tank is a growing for-profit tank as well. Quite a bit of water wisteria, some growing out of the water already, and duckweed, of course. There are some dwarf sage in here. It's just, you know, dwarf sage is dwarf, so it's small. Excuse me. And I just can't really see it. There might be some anacris floating around in here too that I planted. At any rate, this tank has the Crimsco layer tail high fin mollies that I purchased at PetSmart probably about a year ago by now, if not, you know, almost a year. They were on sale for $1 a fish, and I got probably 1 male and 3 females, and they produced some fine looking offspring. I mean, look at that baby. Not all of them have the lyre tail, as you know, and not all of them have the high fin, as you know, but I think they have, I think I've seen that they have at least one or the other. I don't know that that's the genetic possibility of it, but I think that's what I've seen. There's a nice pregnant female. There's also one black molly, ginormous black molly in here that I really need to get out because, as you can see, some of the babies are becoming gold dust. I don't know if that's also the genetics there, but that's what I've witnessed in my tank. This is a 30 breeder. I picked it up at a flea market for 30 bucks. It was a great deal. It was heavy, and I hurt my back lifting it because I didn't expect it to be so heavy when I so boldly just threw it on my shoulder and walked away after I bought it. Anyway, next tank. Sunset Platy. No. Yeah. Sunset Platy grow out. I haven't seen adults, and I know I lost an adult female in here a couple weeks ago. But you can see there's about 400,000 fry. all growing out, hanging out in the duckweed. This tank also has some Anacris in it and floating water sprite. The problem with this tank is the lights suck. It's just the strip LEDs when I first started, just to put some light on the tank. Wasn't really thinking about growing plants. This light is barely enough to keep that stuff. I know you're all saying it's in your head, right? Java moss. So it's barely enough to keep Java moss alive. Anacris, however, will grow everywhere. I think it'll even grow without light, but because you can see how it's growing here. That said, this tank I got, it was a Craigslist deal. My son had to go up to Northwest Jersey for a referee class. And I think I bought this before the fish room. The fish room might have been started. I think it was started, but it was in its infancy. And the reason I bought it was already drilled, came with the bulkhead, it came with 2 sponge filters. I think it's a 55, and I paid $50 for it, I think. So that day I got that tank, and I got that 40 breeder, and I think I got some other smaller tanks too. But. All right, moving on. Gold Dust High Fin mollies. And there are some endlers in this tank, and the story with this tank is it held my mutt guppies, and we started losing mutt guppies, and I couldn't figure out why. And I moved the mutt guppies out of here and sanitized this tank, and then I put endlers in after I filled it back up after I cleaned it a couple times. I put endlers in here to make sure they would survive before I put anything else in here. And I know that sounds mean and all, but I have a shit ton of endlers, and yeah. So these mollies I got at a local fish club auction. I think it was the first one I went to, Jersey Shore Aquarium Society. And I had them in a 20 high for maybe a month and nothing. And then I thought, let me put them in the 30 and see if they'll drop fry in the space. And they did. They dropped a bunch of fry, and now I only see a couple in there. Maybe they got picked off, maybe they're hiding, but the plan is these guys are going to go outside this weekend in a 55-gallon drum with green water in it. I think that they're going to be my first, because they can handle some colder temperatures, and you know, they need some size to grow out and some time to grow out. So I really do need to get these endlers out of here, but they're a pain in the butt to catch, and with all the other fry, I don't really want to bother right now. So I think when I take the adults out, maybe I'll try to catch them, but we'll see. All right, moving on. Platinum Angels. I had 4. Got them from a local fish store, but not my local fish store. By local, I mean it's about an hour and 45 minutes away. Like I said, I had 4. When I had my red worm problem, I lost 1. And then I have another one, which I believe is a male, but he was just picking on these girls and not letting them eat. And at least these 2, I think they're girls. So I do have a piece of tile in there. I just put it in yesterday, but I've had slate in here for months and nothing, so I don't really know. I think they're 2 females, quite frankly, but we'll see. Marble angel pair, veil tail. Gorgeous fish, have given me the most fry, the most batches of fry, spawns, I guess. They're just chilling. Some offspring of some of the angels I have left. I have sold quite a bit of those silvers at auction to my local fish store. There's one of my favorites right now from this offspring over here. And of course, we have Solo and Skunk, and one of their brothers or sisters, just gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. A Cockatoides, a Pistogramma Cockatoides, a double red. Looking stunning. Put some clay pot bottoms and a clay pot in there yesterday. There's 2 females and 1 male. I got them from a local breeder named Steve. Great guy, great fish. Breeds all kinds of killies, guppies, plants, everything. Great guy. But that's it. Yeah, we're gonna let them grow out a little bit and hopefully get some spawns out of these guys. All right. One of the really cool looking fish in my fish room, purple deltas, purple delta guppies. I got 2 pair at the Bucks County Aquarium Society auction. No spawn yet. No fry yet. I'm a little surprised. I thought by now at least that big fat female would have dropped some, but she did not. So currently in a holding pattern. These are supposed to be marble mollies, black marble mollies, but very few marbles. Ooh, what's okay? That's just her fin. Lots of solid blacks, and also not a whole lot of fry so far. They just started popping fry about a month to 6 weeks ago, so we got some growing out to do with these guys, and we'll see what happens. I bought, I think, 14 of these guys on Craigslist. I think I paid $1 a piece for them. And there was an ammonia spike in this tank on one of my trips, and I lost quite a few of them. So I think I only had 5 left by the time it was done taking its toll. But some of them have the high fin gene. So we'll see what we get. These are pretty much for local fish store sales. I mean, I will sell them obviously if somebody wants them, and I will bring them to auction when that happens. But they're nothing, you know, nothing super desirable. All right. High fin layer tail black mollies. Mom and Dad were definitely really dark black and had both sets of genes. Got them from my local fish store. He actually asked me to bring them home and breed them for him, so I did. There's quite a few fry in here. We're really getting the colony going. I did sell a pair of these at the Bucks County auction for $24. Apparently the shape of the dorsal fin is different than most. It's not the cell fin that, you know, is this like long. It's kind of short, like a guppy's fin would be, is what I was told. I don't really know that much about mollies other than how to breed them and that kind of stuff. So there you go. But they're pretty cool looking. Neon swordtails. Also, this was that 40-gallon tank I got on that trip about a year ago. This tank is also decked out with the super duper SLC Aquatic sticker, as well as a Michael's Fish Room sticker. Now, neon swordtails. I got these from Imperial Tropicals. It was the first time I ordered fish online. I thought they were cool as hell. And I got probably 4 or 5, and I probably asked for 2 males and 3 or 4 females. That would be 6, Mike. I don't remember how many I got, but that's probably what I asked for. There's one really cool endler in there. I don't know how I got in there, but oh, I know how. Actually, there's a couple of endlers in there now that I think about it. I think I put them in as feeders. And of course, they didn't get eaten, so now they live in there. They haven't dropped fry in quite a while, but I'm hoping soon, so we'll see. There's also a pretty large pleco in here. You can see him right there. As you know, he was in my son's African tank in his room, and when that tank crashed, he was the only survivor. And I keep saying I gotta bring him to my local fish store, but it's kind of cool. I like him, so as long as he can stay in here, I will keep him in here. These guys are for sale. They're great breeders. You can keep them outside in ponds. They look great in the sun. Let me know. Electric blue rams. I got 4 of them at the local fish store for a great deal, and unfortunately I think I have 3 males. The other one I found dead yesterday, but it had been dead for quite a while, so still think I'm looking for a female. I'm not sure. Haven't seen any breeding out of them, and they all look like males, but they are great looking fish. But as you know, I don't typically keep great looking fish unless I can breed them. Alright. This was the tank I originally called the Mutt Guppy tank, but it's Sunset think we'll call them sunsets or red tucks. I don't know what we're going to call them. We're still going to call them muck guppies. This tank has had many problems. Fortunately for me, for about 2 weeks now, I haven't lost a fish, so I'm confident I'm over them. However, I will not be selling any fish out of this tank probably for at least another month to make sure we're not selling any sick fish. Very prolific breeders in this tank, lots of different color variations. So we'll see what happens. Pink pastel steel nebulas. I got these at the Bucks County auction. I had, I think, 2 pair already, and when the auctioneer said, oh, 2 more pair and breeding award points if you buy the bag, which meant there was fry in the bag, I bought it. I think I paid like $12 for the bag with fry in it. It was late in the auction, but look how stunning they look. I mean, they really are gorgeous. Tremendous looking fish. And fry, lots of fry, so that's pretty damn good. These will be for sale. The fry will be for sale probably in about a month. As soon as they start showing color and we can tell boy from girl. But I will let you know. Alright, keep going. Tangerine platies. I don't even remember where I got these from. But these are all grow outs from babies. You know, that tank on the... No, that tank on the bottom is not tangerines. They're sunsets. Once these are gone, I probably will not be breeding them anymore. They don't really sell. My local fisher says orange fish don't sell unless they're goldfish. So, yeah, that's that. Real red albino guppies. Also got these at a local fish club auction. Also from Steve. I hope she's really pregnant and that's not a prolapse or anything, or she's having a problem, but I mean, she's ginormous. There are 2 juvenile fry that have survived. I don't know where they are right now. Somebody's gonna make me a liar. Yeah, anyway, there were 2 other fish in here at some point. I don't know where they are now. Can't wait to get that colony going though. Endler tank, got them as green cobra endlers. Very few green cobra babies, all black bar. I can't give these away. High fin layer tail swordtail. Tricolor. Yeah, gorgeous looking fish. Some of the offspring are only 2 colors, but you know, they're still growing out. I believe they're gonna change some color as they get older. These are definitely for sale. I've sold quite a few of these. Actually, most of them are juveniles now, but I've sold quite a few of these at auction and through the mail. So yeah, these I got actually for free at the first fish club auction I went to, or the first meeting I went to. They had an auction, but you get points during the year and you add up all those points and that's how many tickets you get basically, and those tickets become money. So yeah, basically for free. German red tucks lower swordtail. Now there aren't as many lower swordtails as I want. I've seen 3 in here, and I just got an email from somebody who wants to buy 3 pairs. So yeah, they're gonna be gone, and hopefully we can continue on without them. Red panda platies, also known as peppermint platies. Hope if you could see them. 3 ginormous females and 1 small male, and no fry, and that's annoying. Okay. Kathy's koi angels. So we got these at a local fish club auction. Got these at a local fish club auction. These are the guys I overpaid for, but it'll be worth it in the long run. I got caught up in bidding and didn't realize, but they were born in December, I believe, and hopefully in a couple months we'll start seeing some pairs form, and then we'll start separating them. German half black guppies, got them at a local fish store. Who gets them from a local breeder. They pop fry almost immediately. Fry packs are available. Nice looking fish and prolific breeders. Japanese blue single and double swordtails. Got these at the local the Guppy Club auction. When he said 20 fish for $10, I was like, sold. Nice looking fish, little small. Had Japanese blue before, and I lost them all, and I don't know why. But oh, fry already. Can you see? Can you see him? There's fry up there. Trust me. Woohoo! All right. Blue diamond colony growing out nice. Nothing really to say about those. Green cobras doing well. Yellow cobras also doing well. And red cobras. The red cobras have some green cobras in the tank. That's just how it is. At least one, and lots of fry. All these are very prolific breeders. At least one, if not two of these strains I will be breeding outside this summer. Can't wait to see the colors. I don't know what we're going to call these. But these were the ones I got from my friend. Long story short, we had fry, we had an ammonia spike. Well, we had an ammonia spike. We didn't have fry for a long time. But now they're breeding quite well. So, there's a couple batches of fry in there. So I don't know what we're calling these. I don't know. Purple and reds? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah. Alright. Some angel fry. I forgot to feed them this morning. Actually, I haven't fed anyone, but I forgot to bring their food down. Angel fry, there's about 10 or 12 in there maybe, if that. This is a tank I had forgotten to feed for like 3 or 4 days. Not forgotten, just kind of neglected, but they still survived, so. More angel growouts. Let's see. 1, 2. Wow, where'd they all go? 1, 2, 3. Thought there was 5 or 6 in here, but oh, they were just hiding. Okay, these I believe are blue zebra babies. More angel growouts. My first blue zebra spawn and some marble left over. These guys are for sale. Quite a few interested in blue zebra babies. If you're interested, let me know. I will send you a Google Wallet request. As soon as you pay for them, they will become yours, and I will ship them to you. Or wait if you want until they grow out a little bit. But 2 people have said they're interested, and we'll see. And finally, red wag platies. This was a very prolific colony for a long time and sort of stopped breeding. And I just saw fry in here a couple days ago. So hopefully we'll get that going again. Again, this fish is basically just from my local fish store. Although I have sold some at auction for a little bit of money because they're so red because of the Fish Freaks Plus food I feed. That color, what the hell's it called? Fish Freaks Plus Color Flakes really brightens them up. And you can see there's one koi swordtail. Ah, this isn't the final tank. What's wrong with me? We got the koi swordtail growout tank that I really don't like the location. I would rather just have my workbench available, but I think that's gonna have to wait until the reno in the fish room. This tank I also got already drilled. It has some ginormous bulkhead on it, and it had that plumbing already attached to it that you'd have to cut off to get off because it's glued in. And long story short, I just added that fitting, that brass fitting, which I can't remember the name at the time, shark bite, that goes from PVC to PEX. Pretty cool. And plumbed it into the drain. So we got one sick fish in there. It's been that way for months now. I can't bring myself to cull it because I don't think it's going to spawn anyway, but doesn't seem to be affecting the other fish as far as contagiousness goes. So and finally, behind all of food is Bruce's tank. Pretty sure that's what we're going to name him, guys. Bruce. Born and bred in New Jersey. Loves disco fries. you know, Bruce, I think. For those of you that don't know, I named him after Mr. Bruce Springsteen, born and bred in New Jersey, loves disco fries, you know, the whole thing. So that's the fish room update. The around the world fish room update long video. Hope everyone stayed to the end. And, you know, please like, comment, subscribe, gently caress the notification bell so you get notifications when I do an impromptu live stream or videos are released. See anything you like, hit me up at michaelsfishroom@gmail.com. I will send you a stock list and a price list. And if you want something, I'll send you a Google Wallet request. You pay that, I ship your fish. I do fast all my fish for 48 hours, so at this point it would be when I get back from Japan if you want to fish. Actually, if you... No, that's not true. Email me if you're interested. Maybe we can work something out. Alright guys, hope everyone has a great day. Hope everyone remembers what Memorial Day is about. It's not a celebration. It's not a day to barbecue. It's a day to remember, guys. Let's do that, okay?